In a city built on movement, the first warning is not silence. It is disruption. A delayed arrival becomes a missing hotel guest. A canceled booking becomes an empty table. A quiet boutique becomes a nervous landlord. A slower taxi line becomes a worker waiting longer for the next fare. Across the map, the pressure begins to travel. From the airport to the malls, from the marina to the island resorts, from the financial towers to the family attractions, every district starts to reveal the same fear. What happens when the flow slows down? This is not one empty street. This is a tourism machine under stress, and the risk is real. As always, please keep in mind that all content in this video has been thoroughly researched and compiled from multiple sources by our team. Therefore, if you spot any inaccuracies or areas that need correction, please let us know in the comments below so we can update it promptly. The first point on the map is DXB Airport, the gate that carries the city. Dubai handled 95.2 million passengers in 2025, a record that proves the machine is still powerful. But that record also reveals the risk. When one airport becomes the bloodstream of hotels, taxis, malls, conferences, restaurants, and duty-free spending, any slowdown in arrivals becomes more than an aviation problem. It becomes an economic signal. Dubai's strength is access, but access is fragile when travelers become cautious. Routes become less predictable or prices rise. The danger is not that the airport suddenly goes dark. The danger is that too much of the city depends on every screen continuing to say, "On time." The second point is downtown Dubai, the stage built to make the city look unstoppable. Here, every element is designed to convert attention into money. The tower, the fountain, the mall, the restaurants, the hotels, the viewing decks, and the endless photo spots. But downtown has one serious vulnerability. It must keep feeling alive. If people arrive later, spend less, or choose free spectacle over paid experience, the district still looks busy while the business model weakens. The nightmare is not an empty boulevard. It is performance without conversion, lights without spending, and a city center forced to prove that attention can still become revenue. The third point is Dubai Mall, the confidence index of the city. A mall can stay open and still send a warning. Reuters reported that visitor numbers at Dubai Mall fell around 50% during a period of regional uncertainty, while Zegna later said its Dubai Mall flagship had seen foot traffic down 50% in March before conditions began improving. That matters because Dubai Mall is not just retail space. It is the place where tourism, luxury, dining, entertainment, and global brands meet under one roof. If visitors walk through the corridors but do not buy, the problem is not foot traffic. It is confidence. In a luxury city, the scariest silence is a quiet cash register. The fourth point is Mall of the Emirates, where luxury meets hesitation. Reuters reported that some luxury brands there saw sales fall 30 to 50% year-on-year in March, while foot traffic dropped 15%. This is exactly the kind of risk Dubai cannot ignore. Luxury does not collapse first. It hesitates first. Buyers still have money, but they become careful. They delay the watch, skip the handbag, shorten the trip, or move the purchase somewhere else. The marble floors may stay polished, the staff may stay ready, and the windows may stay perfect. But when wealthy consumers start thinking defensively, the whole luxury mall economy begins to feel exposed. The fifth point is Dubai Marina, the lifestyle engine of the expat city. Marina is not only towers, yachts, restaurants, and waterfront views. It is a promise that a tax-light, globally connected lifestyle will always justify the rent. That promise depends on business travel, short-stay demand, corporate relocation, and high-income residents who believe the price is worth it. When the tourism machine slows, the first signs may appear quietly. Fewer restaurant bookings, weaker short-term rentals, more cautious tenants, and investors asking harder questions. The lights in the towers may remain on, but lifestyle districts survive only when people still believe the lifestyle is worth the cost. The sixth point is Palm Jumeirah, where luxury isolation becomes a weakness. The Palm was built to make wealth feel private, protected, and permanent. Resorts, villas, beach clubs, and branded residences all depend on one belief: exclusivity will keep rising in value. But Reuters reported that Fitch expects Dubai residential prices could face a correction of up to 15% through the second half of 2025 and 2026, after a 60% surge from 2022 to early 2025. That does not mean the Palm is failing. It means the risk is visible. Paradise becomes fragile when buyers ask whether distance, service, and status still justify the premium. The seventh point is Jebel Ali and DIFC, the hidden engine behind the tourist dream. Visitors see hotel buffets, perfumes, luxury goods, restaurant menus, and construction cranes. But before any of that exists, goods must arrive, warehouses must operate, and supply chains must keep moving. Dubai tourism is not only about people flying in. It is also about the invisible movement of food, materials, retail inventory, equipment, and services. If logistics costs rise, delivery schedules shift, or companies become cautious, the pressure moves quietly into every hotel kitchen, every boutique shelf, and every project timeline. The tourist sees the experience. The city feels the supply chain. The eighth point is DIFC and Business Bay, where confidence becomes capital. These districts are not tourist landmarks in the usual sense, but they feed the spending ecosystem around them. Business travelers fill hotels. Executives book restaurants. Investors inspect properties. Corporate teams rent offices, apartments, cars, and meeting rooms. When market anxiety rises, capital does not need to leave dramatically to create pressure. It can simply pause. A meeting gets delayed. A deal takes longer. A new office decision is postponed. A premium lunch table sits empty. In a financial district, the first warning is not always a vacant tower. Sometimes it is the next transaction that never happens. The ninth point is Global Village and the family attractions, the places that test ordinary tourism demand. These are not only entertainment venues. They are spending machines built on families saying yes. Yes to tickets, food, souvenirs, rides, photos, and one more evening outside. But family spending is sensitive. When travel budgets tighten or uncertainty rises, families do not always cancel the whole trip. They simply buy fewer extras. They choose one attraction instead of 3. They eat cheaper. They skip souvenirs. That is how pressure spreads through vendors, performers, ride operators, cleaners, drivers, and small businesses. The family traveler rarely announces a crisis. They just spend less. The 10th point is Expo City and Dubai South, the future districts still waiting for enough daily life. These places represent Dubai's next promise: smart infrastructure, larger airport capacity, new business zones, and a city designed for tomorrow. But future districts face a hard rule. A master plan is not a community. A building is not demand. A road is not a reason to stay. The risk is clear. If tourism, investment, business relocation, and resident growth do not move at the same speed as construction, the future can look beautiful but feel unfinished. A future city is not alive when the lights turn on. It is alive when people have a reason to remain. Put these 10 points together, and the map becomes impossible to ignore. DXB depends on arrivals. Downtown depends on spectacle. Dubai Mall depends on spending. Mall of the Emirates depends on luxury confidence. Marina depends on lifestyle demand. Palm Jumeirah depends on wealth, believing the premium is still worth it. Jebel Ali depends on supply chains. DIFC depends on capital. Family attractions depend on discretionary spending. Future districts depend on people turning plans into daily life. This is the real risk for Dubai, and it is already visible in the structure of the city. Dubai does not need to become empty to become vulnerable. It only needs one flow to slow, then another, then another. The skyline can keep shining while the pressure moves underneath, and that is why the future risk is not imaginary. It is built into the model itself: constant arrivals, constant spending, constant confidence, constant motion. If any of those weaken for long enough, the urban nightmare behind the skyline stops being a prediction and starts becoming the test Dubai must survive. The city is not weak because it is ambitious. It is vulnerable because ambition has made every district depend on uninterrupted belief.